Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to send service agreement on Jotform submission. So I am an owner of a cleaning service agency, and to collect the data of my customers who want to book an appointment of my services, I have created a form with the help of Jotform. So my objective is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by any of our customers using Jotform, automatically with the help of the response of the form submission, we are going to create a service agreement using Google Docs. And how the agreement is going to be created with the help of the template that we have already created using Google Docs. And as the service agreement is going to be created with the help of Google Drive, we are going to receive a PDF file link which is going to help us to send an email to our customers who have done the form submission using Jotform on their Gmail account with the attachment of that PDF file. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to send service agreements on Jotform submission. So I'm an owner of a cleaning service agency, and to collect the data of my customers who wants to book the appointment of my services, I have created a form with the help of Jotform. My objective is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by any of my customers who wants to book the appointment with the help of Jotform, automatically a service agreement should be created for that same customer who have done the form submission with the help of Google Docs. And the agreement is going to be created with the help of the template that we have already created in Google Docs. As the agreement is then going to be created with the help of Google Drive, we are going to receive a PDF file link which is going to help us to send an email to all of our customers who have done the form submission on their Gmail account with the attachment of the agreement. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as How to Send Service Agreement on Jotform Submission. So this is a name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? Next, over here it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow, and these are the folders from which I'm going to select Jotform Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to our workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of How to Send Service Agreement on Jotform Submission, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step. Click on this arrow, and for the trigger application, we are going to select it as Jotform. So we're going to select our trigger application as Jotform, as our objective is that whenever a new form submission is going to be done by any of our customers with the help of Jotform, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. For the trigger event, we're going to select it as New Response, okay? Then to connect Jotform to Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Firstly, I'm going to copy this webhook URL from here. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Jotform to Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below. Firstly, what you have to do is you have to open the form that we have created with the help of Jotform. As you can see that this is the form that I've created with the help of Jotform, and we need to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. How are we going to do that? For that, click on Settings right over here. As soon as you go to click on Settings from the left side of our screen, you have to click on Integrations. After click on Integrations, on the search bar, we have to search for webhooks. So we're going to search for webhook. We're going to select it. As soon as you go to select webhooks over here, you can see it is Add Webhook. We're going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us right over here, and then click on Complete Integration. As you can see that over it says you successfully created your integration, we successfully added a webhook. You can see right over the webhook is added successfully. So if I'm going to take you back to my workflow over here, now it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a test submission of the form that we have created with the help of Jotform, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response, the test response or not. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to do a test submission. Click on publish right over here and then open a new tab. As you can see that this is the form that I've created with the help of Jotform. We're going to fill in the details that this form is asking for. The name of the form is Sparkle Shine Solutions. So this is the name of my company right over here, okay? So it is asking for the first name and the last name of our customer. So the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as dummy. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testdummy@pabblytuts.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. For the address over here, I'm going to write it as 12 Lake City Apartments. Over here, it is asking for the street address line 2. I don't require. I'm going to skip the part. Next, for the city over here, I'm going to write it as Indore. For the state over here, I'm going to write it as Madhya Pradesh. For the postal code over here, I'm going to write in a dummy postal code. After that, it is asking for the service appointment, the date that we want to book the appointment for. I'm going to select it as 29th of June 2024. For the time, I'm going to select it as 1:30, okay? And then I'm going to click on submit to do the test submission. As you can see over here, it says the submission has been received. That means we've done the test submission successfully. So now we're going to open our workflow and we're going to scroll down, and as you can see right over here, response is captured in our workflow. If you're going to scroll down to tally the response, for the state as Madhya Pradesh, postal code or dummy postal code, city as Indore, address as 12 Lake City Apartments. For the phone number, a dummy mobile number, email as testdummy@pabblytuts.com, last name as dummy, first name as test, and all the other details. So this means that we successfully connected Jotform to Pabbly Connect and a trigger setup is done. As our objective is that whenever a new form submission is going to be done by any of our customers with the help of Jotform to book an appointment, automatically after the form submission is done, service agreement should be created for that same customer. And how we're going to create the service agreement with the help of the template that we have already created with the help of Google Docs. So as you can see right over here, this is the template that I've created with the help of Google Docs, and this is the template of the service agreement of my company. As you can see right over here, this is cleaning service agreement. So this is the service agreement that I've created, okay? And I want that with the help of this template, the service agreement for that customer who have done the form submission should be created. So what we are going to do is we're going to add our action step, and for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Docs. So we're going to select our action application as Google Docs. And for the action event, we're going to select it as create document from template, because we need to create documents with the help of this template. And then click on connect in order to connect Google Docs to Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear on which click on add new connection. But if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, click on sign in with Google. After that, over here, a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow. As this is a safe process, my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Docs to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, over here it is asking for the template document, the template with the help of which we are going to be creating service agreement documents. For the template over here, we're going to select it as service agreement. This is the template that I've created. And for the template over here, we're going to select it as service agreement, because with the help of this template, the documents, the service agreement documents are going to be created. Next over here, it is asking for the new document's name. With the help of this template, whenever a new document is going to be created, we need to give a name to all those documents. I want that whenever a new template is created, the document's name should always start with my customer's name who have done the form submission. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And the question might arise in your mind that how we are going to map it. How we are going to map the data. As soon as you click on this field, you can see where it says Jotform new response. That was the previous step of this workflow. And as soon as you click on this arrow, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. As I want, whenever a new document is created, the name of the document should always start with my customer's name who have done the form submission. So what we are going to do is we're going to select the name of our customer from our previous response, the first name space the last name of our customer. As I've selected the data is mapped, and as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data in place of this map data is going to be updated. After that, I want it as colon. cleaning service agreement. So this is the name of my new document right over. It will always start with my customer's name, test dummy colon cleaning service agreements. Okay, so this is my document's name right over here. For the new documents location, I've created a folder in which I want that whenever a new document of service agreement is created, all the documents should be saved in this folder. So for the new documents location, I'm going to select it as cleaning service agreements because this is the name of the folder, that is cleaning service agreements. Okay, next over here it is asking for the date, client's name, client's address, client name, address again. So what are these? These are the variables that I've created in this agreement right over here. You can see as in front of some values and in the end of some values there are two curly brackets. So what are these? These are variables. Okay, and in this workflow right over here, these are the same variables that we have created in our template. Okay, I want that in place of these variables I want the value. So what we are going to do is we're going to map the data in place of these values. For the date over here, I'm going to map the date of the date response that we have received in our previous step. This is right over here, so I'm going to map it. Next it is asking for the client's name, so we're going to map the data of the name of our client, first name space the last name. It is asking for the client's address, so we're going to map the data of the address, which is the first service address space city comma space state comma space and lastly the postal code. Okay, so this is the address. For the name of the client, we're going to map the data of the name of our client again, first name space the last name. For the client's address, we're going to map the data of the client's address again. So this is my client's address. And lastly, for the client's name, we're going to again map the data of the name of our client, first name space the last name. After filling all the details, let's click on save and send test request. As we're going to click on save and send test request, over here we have received a response, and in the response you can see we have also received the document ID. So this is the document ID, the document's ID that has been created. So if I'm going to open my Google Drive folder, yes, you can see right over here a new document is created. I'm going to open this document. The name of the document is test dummy cleaning service agreement. This is the agreement right over here for my cleaning services. You can see in this agreement we have the name of our customer, that is test dummy. For the address right over that we have entered right over here. If you go to scroll down over here, you can see the date is also provided, the date of the appointment. So this is the agreement right over here. We're going to scroll down. Over here you can see the name of our client is given over here with the address, and lastly over here you can see the date is given, the name of the client is given, as well as right over here. So this means that we successfully created a document with the help of the template that we have created with the help of Google Docs. So as now this document is created, if on the top right corner you can see it says private to only me. So this document that we have created right over here is just accessible to only me. I can't share this document with anyone. But as I want to send this document to all of my customers, as this is a cleaning service agreement, so what we are going to do is we're going to add a new action step in this workflow by clicking on this plus button. And for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Drive. And for the action event, we are going to select it as share a file with anyone because we want to make this document right over here accessible to everyone. And then let's click on connect. In order to connect Google Drive to Pabbly Connect, a new window is going to appear on which click on add new connection if you want to add a new connection. But as I have the existing connection, I'm going to select this option and then I'm going to click on save. As you can see that over here Google Drive is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. After that over here it is asking for the ID, the file ID. If you're going to enter any file ID right over here, the file that we have entered right over is going to be accessible to everyone. So as in the previous step right over, if I'm going to show you the response that we have received, over here in the response you can see that we have received the document ID. So this is the ID of this document right over. You can see this is the same ID right over here. So what we are going to do is in place of this file ID, we are going to map the data of the document ID that we have received in our previous step. And how we're going to map the data? For that, turn on this bracket map right over here. Erase this existing data and we're going to map the data document ID that we have received in our previous step. As I map the ID right over here, whenever a new document is going to be created, automatically it is going to be accessible to everyone. Okay. So after that, we're going to click on save and send test request. As we have done that, over here we have received the response, and in the response it says anyone with the link. If I'm going to open the document, now on the top right corner it says anyone with the link. Now this document is accessible to anyone with the help of a link. And in the response you can see Pabbly Connect has provided us with multiple links of the document, and we are going to use this PDF link document right over here in order to share the PDF format of the agreement to our customer. As we want to now send this document right over to our customer on their Gmail account, we're going to add another action step. And for the action application, we are going to select it as Gmail. So I'm going to select my action application as Gmail. And for the action event, I'm going to select as Send Email V1. And then we're going to click on Connect. In order to connect Gmail to Pabbly Connect, a new window is going to appear on which click on Add New Connection. But if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, click on Sign In with Gmail. Then a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on Allow. As the save process in my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on Allow right over here. As you can see that we successfully authorized Gmail to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over, it is asking for the recipient email address. On which email address do we want to send an email to? For the email address, we're going to map the data of the email that we have received in our previous step of our customer, as we want to send this agreement right over to our customer. So that is why we're going to map the data of our email of our customer, that is right over here. Okay. After that, it is asking for the CC and the BCC. I'm going to skip the part as I don't require the fields. Next, it is asking for the sender's name. For the sender's name over here, I'm going to write it as. So this is the sender's name, that is Team Sparkle Shine Solutions. So this is the name of my agency right over here, and this is the sender's name, that is Team Sparkle Shine Solutions. Next over here, it is asking for the email subject, the subject of our email that we are going to send to our customers. So for the subject over here, I'm going to write it as. For the subject of the email, I've written it as Your Service Agreement with Sparkle Shine Solutions. So this is the subject of my email. For the reply to, I'm going to skip the part as I don't require the field. For the email content type, I'm going to select it as plain. Now it is asking for the email content. This is the main body of the email that we are going to send to our customers. So for the content of my email, I'm going to write it as. So as you can see right away, this is the email content right away. It says Dear. Next to Dear, I want the name of my customer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the name of my customer right over here next to Dear. First name space the last name. It says, I hope this message finds you well. This is the content of my email right over here. So this is the email that is going to be forwarded to all of my customers who are going to do the form submission. Next over here, it is asking for the file name, the file that is going to be attached to this email. For the file name, I want the file name to start with my customer's name. So I'm going to first map the data of my customer's name who have done the form submission. First name space the last name. Then I want to write it as colon. Cleaning Service Agreement. So this is the file name right away. That is the name of my customer, colon Cleaning Service Agreement. For the attachment over here, we're going to use the PDF format of the document that we have received. As I've already told you, we're going to use this link right away. That is the attachment. After filling all the details right away, we're going to click on Save and Send Test Request. As you can see right over here, a response is received, and for the status over here, it says as send. So if I'm going to open my Gmail account, we're going to check whether we have received a new email with the attachment of the service agreement document or not. For that, I'm going to open my Gmail account. And yes, as you can see right over here, we have received a new email on our Gmail account for the subject as Your Service Agreement with Sparkle Shine Solutions. For the email is for Test Dummy. As you can see right away, this is the content of our email, and with the email we have the attachment of a file. We're going to open the attachment right over here. So this is the PDF format of the file name Test Dummy Cleaning Service Agreement. This is the service agreement of Test Dummy, as you can see right over here, with the details of our client right over here. So this means that we successfully created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a cleaning service agency, and to collect the data of my customers who wants to book the appointment in my company, I have created a form with the help of Jotform. My objective is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done and an appointment is booked by any of my customers using Jotform, automatically a cleaning service agreement should be created for that same customer using Google Docs. And how the agreement is created with the help of Google Docs template that we have already created. As now the document is created, we want to share that document to all our customers who have done the form submission on their Gmail account as an attachment. For that, what we have done is we have simply created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel. Hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.